Good afternoon, students. Coach Herman here. Going to be talking about section 6.5, one variable quadratic inequalities. I'm going to jump right ahead and start working on the even problems to show you how to do these instead of the examples. I hope that you've already read and highlighted section 6.5 so that you can see what's going on. A reminder in your reading, when we have an open circle, that would be less than or greater than sign. If we have a closed circle, that would be the less than or equal to sign or the greater than equal to sign. So those are the bubbles that we see down here. Just a reminder of that before we get going too far. But anyhow, I'm going to jump ahead and start doing the even problems to show you exactly how. Remember, we're in chapter 6, and chapter 6 has been pretty much the Desmos chapter now, hasn't it? So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to use Desmos. Let me go ahead and get rid of my little beautiful face down here, and let's go to work. So when we're doing these, we've got to make sure, just like we have in the past, that the one side is already set equal to 0. If it were not, we would have to adjust it, but it is, so we're good to go. So we're simply going to type this into Desmos. X squared plus 6x minus 7. Now, I can leave it like that and be done, and I can just realize that those are my solutions, my answers, or I can keep going and get rid of this little thing's hiding up my other buttons, is greater than 0. That's really what I want to do, is I want to type it in just like it looks, because now I can see, because I have this greater than or equal to, my circle is going to be closed in, and it's going to be closed in at 1 and -7. So -7, I have a closed in circle, and at 1, I'm going to have a closed in circle. Now I can see by the shading that it goes to the outside. And boom. See how easily this is done using Desmos. Let's move on and look at number 4. If I look at number 4, I can see I have this 2 over here by itself. So I got to get rid of that first. So I got to subtract 2 and subtract 2. So I'm left with 1/3 x squared plus 2x plus 3 is greater than 0. Now I can plug that into Desmos. So that's 1/3 x squared plus 2x minus 3, and it's not greater than or equal to, but really just greater than. Now, see how those lines change to dotted? That helps me remember that I have to have open circles. Now, look, that's not exactly a nice even round number, so, and that's okay. We just got to have a close approximation. So it's just a little bit bigger than 1, and I've got to have an open circle, and it's going to the outside. And then I got to be a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger than -7, or smaller, I guess, than 7. And again, it goes to the outside. So again, it feels like we're cheating, but we're not. We're using our resources and using Desmos. Again, number 6, I got to subtract 4 from both sides, -4, so I'm left with x squared minus 8x plus 17 is less than 4. Let's type that in to Desmos. X squared minus 8x plus 17 is less than 0. Uh-oh, it's all gone from my screen. Did I do something wrong? It's not 4, that's 0. Up there, by the way. try it again. X squared minus 8x plus 17. Now see how you can, what's happening here? Doesn't cross. Does not cross. Therefore, no solution. Well, one way to get a cat, right? But just for fun, let's go ahead and I want to show you what happens here is less than 0. Oops. Again, no solution. It's gone. Okay. Number 8. I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead on number 8. You know, if I subtract 1, that becomes a negative 9. So I have negative x squared minus 6x minus 9 is greater than or equal to 0. We'll zoom in here. Notice that this one only touches it one time. That's it. So when I put that greater than or equal to 0, I only see one solution. And that's possible too. Remember, the fundamental theorem of algebra says I can have up to 2 solutions. Okay, this is or equal to, so that is my only solution is right there. Cool. Hope you're understanding this. Should be relatively easy since we're using Desmos. Next one, I need to subtract 10 from both sides, so that becomes basically a negative 10. So let's go 2x squared plus 8x minus 10. See, I can see that bad boy right now. It's going to be at 1 and negative 5, but let me keep going because it's less than or equal to 0. And now I can see it. So 1, closed circle, and at negative 5, I have a closed circle, and those are shaded between number 12. Subtract 4 minus 4, so that would be a negative 8. So I got x squared minus 7x minus 8 is not less than or equal to, but greater than 0. So again, I can see I'm going to have open circles at negative 1 and at 8, and my shading is to the outside. Sorry, my lines and my writing is so sloppy. I'm trying to do this with my computer open. It kind of makes it a little bit more difficult. So plus 4, so that makes that plus 9. So x squared minus 2x, type this into Desmos. Plus 9 is not less than, but is greater than or equal to 0. And notice everything is colored here. So that is infinitely many solutions. I want to show you what happens here. There we go. Oops. That one doesn't cross either. But because it says if I put the y in there instead of the 0, look at that. So that all is shaded. Therefore, we're going to call this infinitely many solutions. Cool. It's the last problem, number 16. So I got to subtract 3, those cancel. So I'm left with just x squared is less than or equal to 0. Is less than or equal to 0. One solution at 0. Pretty cool. So there's section 6.5, variable quadratics. And I think that might be the second most difficult section in chapter 6. Hope that was helpful. Have a great day.